I've got this cute little panel, and what I'm going to do is cut out the squares, and then I'm going to use a fusible interfacing to make the edges finished. So I have finished edge applique. So I've taken my panel and I've cut out one block. It's just rough cut. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be trimmed after we sew it together. The next piece I take is fusible interfacing. This is Pellon 911 Fusible. It's a lightweight interfacing. This side is smooth. This side is bumpy. The bumpy side is the glue side. So I'm going to put, it sounds funny, but glue side up, right sides together with my block. So my hippo and the glue are on the same, they're face to face, right sides together. Once I do that, I'm going to sew around the edge. So here I am, I've already done that with my monkey block. I'm going to go in real close and you can see my stitching and you can see it's wavy. I didn't want the pink outer edge to show, so I stitched in the yellow and I did it a little bit crooked, and I stitched all the way around. The monkey is face down against the glue side and he's now completely enclosed. So what I'm going to do now is turn it over. I've taken my rotary cutter and I'm trimming at 1/4 inch all the way around. I have these two sides done. I'm going to just finish these other two sides. Okay, I've got him sewn and trimmed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the layers apart. I want to separate the interfacing from my monkey. I need to clip it, and I don't want to cut my monkey. So I'm going to just snip, and what I'm going to do is just create a hole in the back. And it can be fairly big, easy to get your hand through. And then I'm going to flip it right side out. This is my favorite little point turner. It's got a rounded point on it, and I'm going to flip all four. What that's doing is it's bringing my monkey to the front and it's putting my fusible to the back. And so I'll be able to fuse this right down when I'm finished. That last corner comes around. Now this side is my fusible side, and this side is my good side. I'm going to take one of my favorite tools. This is the point turning tool by R&K. The reason I like it is it's flat-sided, so it doesn't roll away on me when I set it down, and it has a rounded point, so it won't poke through when I'm trying to push my edges out. So I can just put my point tool in there, get a really nice corner, and then I can just run right around my edges on all four sides. It'll get me a really nice finished corner without poking through my project. And I'm just running that right along the edge. And once I've got all four sides done, I'm going to push that flat. Now I have to remember, I don't want to iron this or it's going to stick to whatever I set it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other tool, it's called a roll-in press, and it's a mini iron. So I can take this, and to get a nice crisp edge, one trick that I do is I open that seam and then I roll right across that edge and then I flatten it. That gives me a really nice crisp finished edge when I go to sew. And I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm going to open up that seam, just give it a quick press. It doesn't even have to be real even. I just need that one opened because I'm going to go back and straighten it out when I'm done, but I need that to be separated. And there's my four sides. And now I'm going to go around the edges and I'm going to give it a nice flat press, excuse me. And what I'm doing is kind of separating both of those sides. rolling those edges out and giving it a good press. And remember, when I stitched this, I made those seams a little bit crooked. I didn't want to have a perfectly straight line there. So the fact that I'm wobbly along here is actually the way that it's supposed to be. I didn't want it to be super square and straight because these lines are all crooked around here. So he is now ready to go. And see, that corner is not perfect. I'm going to go back in and give that one just a little push and make it a little nicer. And now I'm ready to press this onto my background fabric. If I wanted to, if I felt he was wrinkly and I was nervous, I could put an applique pressing sheet on my ironing board, press him down, press it nice and flat, and then it would still peel off the pressing sheet and I'd be able to put it on my background fabric. So here's my background fabric. This is a piece of an upcoming project, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I have my little monkey here, and this is part of a disappearing 9 patch. I can place him anywhere that I want on this project, and then I take my iron, press him down, and sew around the edges, and I have finished edge, cute as can be, one fuzz in the way, sorry, cute as you can be. And there you go. Once you fuse it into place, you just stitch around the edges and you've got great finished edge applique. You can put those anywhere on a quilt. You can use them on all different projects. It's a great way to do easy, bigger pieces of applique. This method is difficult if you have teeny tiny pieces with very sharp points, because remember, you have to turn and flip that interfacing to the inside. So if you have a very, very small point or like a tiny little Christmas tree, this isn't your best method to use. But it's great for anything that is, probably about 3 inches or bigger, and it works out really nice. Keep in mind, you can use any shape you want to. This is a circle. I stitched a circle, the interfacing is on the back. I can fuse this bird applique now anywhere I want him. You can do a lot of things with that. Think about what a cute patch that would be on a denim shirt, a jacket, or even to patch a pair of jeans. There's so many different things you can do with this flip method of fusible applique. The other thing that you can do, this is a tricky secret spy club thing, is, again, I'm adding a layer underneath here. What if I don't want to do that? Okay. I trim out the back. Leave yourself about a ½ inch, and I'm just going to do this half. Okay. So now I only have the fusible around that half inch, and I've got nothing behind here. When I go to fuse this down, I have to be real careful that that edge doesn't flip out. But that gives me, again, not changing the hand, not making my animal stiff with that method. Okay?